We know that this vote is a non-binding recommendation. So what does this mean? What does the timeline of events look like from this point on, especially when it comes to Americans getting those shots?
Right. So it looks like this moves the vaccine one step closer to a mass rollout in the United States. And the advisors voted 17-4 that the vaccine benefits outweigh its risk. And there really only are a couple of minor issues, I think, that the FDA, U.S. Food and Drug Administration, has to settle before giving a final emergency clearance. The 4 people that voted against it, there was some concern. They were asked to vote whether they could be authorized to people 16 years old and over. There were some concerns about 16, 17-year-olds. That wasn't that well studied. And there were also some issues, some debate about there have been a couple of severe allergic reactions to the vaccine in England, where it was first authorized. And there's some debate about whether we need to put additional warnings in the U.S. So there's a couple minor issues that need to be settled. That might take a few days, but then I think it's almost certain to get an emergency clearance, sometime probably early next week, if not earlier.
So, Robert, we were speaking to Robert Gallo in the last hour, and of course he knows all about vaccines and virology, and he was saying he doesn't actually expect herd immunity to be reached in the US. In that case, tell us about, I guess, how the vaccine plays into the broader protection of the population and what other pandemic measures will probably need to stay in place even if we start getting people vaccinated.
Yeah, so we have to think this is going to take, quite some time to get a large segment of the population vaccinated. And right now, with this Pfizer vaccine likely to get emergency authorization in a few days, and then a week or something behind that, likely the Moderna vaccine, which is a very similar vaccine, the supplies of those are going to be quite limited initially. And these are only going to go initially, assuming they both get authorized, it seems likely, to, healthcare workers and nursing home residents. So a very small segment of people that are disproportionately impacted by this. So it's really going to take quite a few months to get a large segment of the population vaccinated. And to really get herd immunity, doctors think, health experts think you really need like 60, 70%, that either have been vaccinated or are immune because they got sick. So we're a long way from that. It's going to take quite a while. In the meantime, people are going to need to take precautions, continue wearing masks, continuing some amount of social distancing. You should do the full social distancing now in the U.S. because the virus is going crazy right now in the U.S. So this is going to be a rollout that's going to take a while, and people have to realize that.